Okay, this is going to be a pretty important video. It's what not to do after a breakup if the woman leaves you. So this is step by step what not to do and even what to do if she leaves you. Okay, if you've been dumped, if you've been left, I'm going to show you the things that majority of men do, and I'm going to show you how this will oftentimes turn the woman off even more. And then I'm going to be showing you step by step exactly how to not make these mistakes, and then I'm even going to show you what to do so that way you can have a better chance of re-attracting her, because you've shown different strength and masculinity characteristics that majority of men simply do not know how to display. So because of that, I want you to stick with me because today's video is going to be very, very helpful. Now, I also made a brand new presentation. It's down below in the description. I want you to check that out afterwards. It's pretty cool. I show you some new hidden things regarding the language of women. All right, I have a lot of notes for today's video, so I'm just going to dive in. So the prerequisite step that you have to understand, you have to rationalize, and you have to internalize is that you cannot verbally convince her to love you, so silence is going to be your best friend. Okay, I'm going to say this one more time. You cannot verbally convince her to love you or to have strong feelings towards you, so that means silence is going to be your friend. Now, if you are in love with a woman, she is most likely going to dump you, no matter who you are. Okay? You guys can say that you love each other, right? She can say I love you and you can say I love you too, but the second that she sees that you love her, like you are very much in love with her, you are very much head over heels in love, you are very much attached, this is going to turn her off. And this is no matter who you are, no matter how many past relationships that you've had. This is how it will typically go. So the prerequisite step, okay, that you have to understand is you cannot verbally convince her to love you, so silence is going to be your friend. Now, the reason why I'm telling you right away that you cannot verbally convince her to love you is because if you get broken up with and you are head over heels in love with this woman, you are going to have a wave of emotion come towards you. You are going to feel so much. You're going to want to get reactive. You're going to want to send long paragraphs with text messages. You're going to want to call her. You're going to want her to remember all of the good memories that you guys had together to try to logically convince her that this is a big mistake. You're going to instantly tell yourself, maybe I should try and self-qualify to her and tell her that I'll do better and I'll be better, so I'm the right man for her. Your brain will tell you all of that. I've been there, you've been there, we've all been there. Every man, I genuinely believe, will go through this at some point in his life. For some of you, it will be earlier than others, but regardless, you will find yourself in this situation from time to time. So I'm all about learning from things, so that way as a man you have the wisdom accumulated to not make these mistakes. So you're going to get this wave of emotion that's going to come over you. Now, the reason why I'm telling you this is because it's not until you recognize that that wave of emotion is coming that you can finally internalize this concept that you cannot verbally convince her to love you. Because of that, silence is your friend. So now I'm going to show you exactly what not to do, okay, when this starts to happen. Number one, the very first thing that you do not want to do is you do not want to let your mind get reactive. As soon as a woman pulls away from you, as soon as a woman breaks up with you or says, I'm done, or whatever, or you just don't hear from her, or she says, I'm leaving, or whatever the case may be, you cannot let your mind get reactive. Your natural instinct will be to get reactive. You're going to want to call her. Okay, you're going to want to use text messages. For some guys, they might even start crying, right? They want to engage in these phone calls. This wave of emotion you cannot show. You can't show her this. Now, if you really need to go talk to somebody about it, you can go to a trusted family member, you can go to a trusted friend. But here's the problem with that too. They're not going to be able to fix it for you. They're not going to be able to help you. Okay? You know, guys will do a lot of things. Guys in this situation, when their mind starts to get reactive, they debate, you know, should I call or text one of her friends? And should I tell her friend that, you know, please have her call me or please have her text message me? Right? Your brain will tell you all these things. You cannot let your mind get reactive. Your natural instinct, I truly believe, is to fix things, okay? So like as a man, if something is broken in your life, we typically take action and we fix it, right? If you are struggling with your health, a lot of times men will want to get fit. If you are struggling with your finances, naturally you want to fix that and you want to start to level up your finances, okay? If something is broken in your house, a light bulb went out, whatever, you fix things. That is going to be your natural instinct. You have to go against that, because as soon as you go with that, what this is doing now is it's devaluing yourself. It's going to give her 100% of the leverage over you. You're going to look like you're self-qualifying into her frame. You're going to look like you really need her, and you're going to look so emotionally attached that it will even give her more reassurance that this is the right decision. The only thing that can make her second guess her decision leaving you is complete silence. Because when you have complete silence, she sees a few things. Number one, she sees that you have the strength to walk away. You have the strength to just say, well, okay, I guess we'll go our separate ways. And you have the strength to move on with your life right away. Well, as soon as you do that, she maybe will reconsider and she goes, wait a second, maybe he wasn't as invested as I thought he was. And this right here will potentially raise your value. The only thing you can do is just completely stop communication. So with that said, number one, the first thing that you cannot do is you cannot let your mind get reactive, okay? Now, number two, okay, the second thing that you cannot do not try to use logic to justify her emotion. Okay, this is why I told you the prerequisite to this video is understanding that you cannot verbally convince her to love you, so silence is your friend. What I mean by that with point number two is do not try to use logic to justify her emotion. So her emotion in this moment is basically her demonstrating that she can either do better without you, or she's better off alone, or she's better off with a different man. Okay? That's what it means if she's leaving you. Her emotional state cannot be changed in this exact moment through words or through logic. So guys will do a lot of different things. They will send long text messages, long paragraphs, lots of calling. They'll say, hey, please pick up. Hey, please, can we work this out? All of this shows weakness. All of this devalues your attention. All of this devalues your dating value as a whole. All of this confirms her decision that she should be leaving you. When you try to reach back out and when you try to like win her back, or you tell yourself that, hey, you know, I think I can save this by having a conversation, all of this shows weakness. Because what it shows is it shows that you care. It shows that you care about the relationship. So you're going to spend time making a long paragraph text message. You're going to spend time spending 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes talking to her on the phone. You're going to spend time making a long paragraph and text message. You're going to spend time doing all these things, and all she's going to do is she's going to look at you and she's going to say, well, look how invested he is. Only a man who loves me and is head over heels in love with me would even take the time to entertain this conversation to try to win me back in the first place. Only a man with low dating value who knows that he cannot replace me would need me this much. The only thing you can do is demonstrate silence. When you demonstrate silence, it will potentially have an effect where she maybe will reconsider her decision. Because the only reason you're probably getting left is because you've demonstrated some kind of weakness or attachment, or you started putting your time into areas that you know you should not have done. When she first met you, right, or a lot of times when women first meet a guy, he's strong, he's on his purpose, he's doing things in life, and slowly, day by day, now he's spending a bunch of time doing all of these other things that he didn't have to do in the beginning when he attracted her. So keep that in mind. You cannot use logic to justify her emotion. Number three, the third thing you cannot do not ever ask to talk. Okay, a lot of guys will say this. They will send this text message that says, can we talk? Can we please talk? Can you please talk to me? Can you please call me? Okay? You have to understand that women oftentimes love attention. If you are giving this any kind of attention, it's going to lower your value. But not only that, here's what you have to understand. If you're asking her to talk, what that is basically saying is, hey, can I please give you some of my attention? Can I please give you some of my time? Women love time and attention from a man, obviously. By her not replying to this, by her not wanting to talk to you, what she has basically said in this moment is, your attention has so little value to me, I don't even want it for free. I don't even want it at all. Never send this message that says, can we talk? Can you please talk to me? Can we talk this out? If 3, 4, 5 days go by and you say, can we please talk? I can't stop thinking about you. Never show that you're emotionally invested into this. As a man, you have to remember at all times, like, if what you're engaging in with your day-to-day habits is not bettering your life, bettering your lifestyle, leveling up your income, or helping you go somewhere, right? Like, as nice as all these dates feel, right? It feels great to go out on a date and get a steak dinner. It feels great to go out on a date and, walk through the shopping mall or go see a movie or go hang out with friends. But you have to remember, a lot of these things are not actually benefiting you. And the more time and attention that she sees you're willing to give to all these little things, the more she knows that you're so invested, the less she likes you. So keep that in mind. Number 3, never text and say, hey, can we talk? Number 4, never start apologizing for anything or tell her that you'll do better. So a lot of guys will start to do this. They'll say, please, I'm so sorry I did this. I'm so sorry I didn't pay attention to these areas. I'll do better. I'll be the man that you need me to be. I'll be better. Right? I know that I've been, doing this or doing that. I'm so sorry. I'll do better. Once again, you're in the element and you're in the frame where you're now self-qualifying to her to hopefully make her like you. It's not going to work. And the reason why I know that this won't work to any degree is because you have to understand this. When a woman likes a man, a lot of times she will tolerate a lot of his bad behavior to such a high degree. Like, you have to understand, a lot of times the guy that she's after or the guy that she's like chasing or really wants to lock down for a relationship, he maybe is distant, he maybe doesn't call back very much, maybe he isn't even super happy or super engaged in conversation. A lot of times he just hangs out, right? And when he sees her, and when he doesn't, and he doesn't really care. That's the guy that she wants. So you even being willing to engage in all of this conversation and logically talking about all these things is going to completely turn her off. You're going to come across as a guy who doesn't understand the dynamic, okay? So keep that in mind. Never start apologizing for anything or never tell her that you're going to do better. Number 5, the 5th thing to never do is never continuously keep reaching out. So if she said she wants a break or she said she wants to leave you, just say, okay. That's it. You cannot keep reaching out because, like I said, for the prerequisite step that I told you before this is you cannot verbally convince her to love you, so silence is your friend. So, number 5, never continuously keep reaching out. What you have to understand is this. If a woman dumps you, okay, all you can do is say, okay. If a woman dumps you, if a woman pulls away from you, if a woman breaks up with you, all you can do is say, okay. That's fine. And never talk to her ever again. That's it. That's all you can do. And you have to understand that that is really all you can do due to the fact that anything more will try to self-qualify yourself to her and it's going to lower your dating value. And instantly she won't like you even more than she already did in the first place. So keep that in mind. These are the 5 tips. The reason why I wanted to make this video is because I'm here to tell you the truth every single time of what I've experienced in my own dating life. The only time I've ever had relationships work with women, and this still stands true to this day, the only time I have ever had relationships work with women was when I never once said anything serious. Okay? And on top of that, the women knew virtually nothing about me, but would always say how much they love our good conversation. Why? Because I'm not talking about anything deep. I'm not talking about anything serious. Whatever happens with the vibe in that mood that we're both in during that time is what happens regarding the conversation, and that's it. That is the only time I have ever had relationships work with women. Any time in my life where I have started to actually talk and have real dialogue and real conversation back and forth where I'm either talking about serious topics, my life, things I'm interested in, things I've been through, anytime that they actually start to know you on an individual level, they get turned off. The mystery is gone. She starts to see like she has you figured out, and now she pulls away. So here's the thing. I can't control that it works this way. I can't change the game for you. You just have to learn and understand and master the language of women and understand how they move and how they operate in relationships. And this is why I've created an entire process for you. I have created an entire process to help you learn, understand, and master the language of women, because I truly believe this. I believe that this is the one part in a guy's life where if he doesn't understand how to have better relationships with women, it will constantly eat at him and make him feel bad. That guy could have millions of dollars or billions of dollars, but if his relationship life is not on point, there is always going to be part of him, I truly believe, that wants to fix that. A guy could be 6'5" with, shredded six-pack abs and look great. And let's say he has a good amount of money. And he has friends. But guess what? If every single time he starts going out on dates and the women are pulling away and the women are leaving him, he constantly will wonder what he has to do better. That is what I'm trying to solve. The reason why I created the language of women is so guys actually can understand the communication patterns that women have to have consistently in order to keep the dynamic stable where there's real chemistry. And if you start to fall out of these patterns when it comes to the dynamic, the emotion, the language, the dialogue, how you two are communicating, she will lose attraction. This is what I've seen time and time again. I've made videos like this for years. This is truly my life's work, so I want you to check out that presentation that I made for you below. I know that it will help you, and that right there is how we have now brought over 1,200 guys together inside of this to discover this, and because of that, I know that it can help you too. Hit the like button, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.